But I'll also tell you what AI may not be able to do. AI does not know the reality of your classroom. And every year, a teacher sits in a class that has at least 20 different faces from different families. Do you get what I'm saying? That reality of that classroom, it is that human that is there to be able to observe. The jobs of the future we don't know today, which means if curriculums are blueprints to meaningful learnings that will help us get jobs, future jobs, then we have to be able to improve our curriculums very fast. It shouldn't take years.
I said, you are welcome to our midst, Mr. Bature Muhammad Abdullahi. We are indeed pleased to have you around. This is Tech Polyp, a subset of CloudMed Global Limited. Tech Polyp is a tech-related company that focuses on tech news, updates, and reports. And our focus is telling the story of startups, outfits in Africa, Nigeria, and expanding to the global world. It's a pleasure to have you around. My name is Adewuyi Omotola, and together I have here with me Saliu, Nelson, Ifeoluwa, Abolade, who will be your host for today, sir. So, moving forward, sir, we'll be going to the question and answer session.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you all. And I'm excited and honored to be on this interview.
This is the first question I have here. Sir, if you were to share a brief knowledge about CurriAI and what it stands for, or what CurriAI does, what would your response be, sir?
Well, Curri is a short form for curriculum, and AI is what is the buzzword today, artificial intelligence. So CurriAI, is a tool built for the African teacher. I will say Curri, is a time-saving, context-driven lesson authoring tool for the African teacher. What do I mean by that? It helps teachers do the repetitive tasks of creating lessons, lesson plans, and assessment questions easily. It also helps schools, monitor, review, and approve this teacher-generated content, on the same platform.
Right. Thank you for that question, sir.
So the next question will be coming from me. I don't know if you can hear me.
No, I can hear you, Ife.
Okay. So I think you must have been expecting this question anyway. So I want to know what inspired you to start CurriAI, and how did the idea come to life? How did you conceive the idea, and how do you bring the idea to life?
Okay, so the name of our company is called Schooler, and we launched Schooler since 2020 during the COVID lockdowns. So what happened was we built a gamified learning app for learners. Why? Because schools were already using alternative means to keep the doors of learning open. That is, they were using WhatsApp, they were using Google Classroom, and we could not build a WhatsApp or Google Classroom so fast. Like people were already comfortable, using these platforms. But we realized there was a gap. There was no way, that the schools were testing the kids, so there was no assessment, there was no feedback. We know particularly a situation where we saw, during when the lockdowns or curfews are, relaxed to go to market, parents will submit notes at school and teachers will come and pick them, take them back home, mark and bring it back. So we built that app for teachers to be able to access their learners remotely. And we added some features on it that makes it really, really interesting. It was so interesting that one particular child answered about 500,000 questions, before he graduated. But it was working well for us because it was easy. Schools, it's not like we had content on there. Schools, we believe every school was unique, and or should I say, every school is unique, and they bring their content. Our secret sauce was that our tool, our mobile app, turns that content into a fun and exciting way for the kids to do assessment. So, but it was our biggest problem. We used to say Schooler is content agnostic. We can work with any kind of school, but it became our biggest problem post-lockdown. Because at the time, teachers will have to go and get their digital lessons and upload, and then it turns into fun using our app. After the lockdowns, the challenge was that teachers cannot do this digital content and still do offline lessons, copying on the board and stuff. So they told us we can't do it. We're not paid enough. And then again, it takes from our time. It's tedious and we can't do it. So that engagement that we used to have about 80,000 monthly visits, we now have 2,500 to even less than 2,000 at some point. So since we understood the challenges, we need to actually help the teacher, build contents faster and even improve the quality. And that's how we built CurriAI, to support all teachers, not even the teachers that complain to us and they cannot pay. Every teacher, creates lessons, lesson plans, or assessment questions, almost every day, right? So we built it to support that African teacher to help them find burnout and fight burnout, and to also give them some of their time back. We give them back their weekends, we give them back, so that they can, be there for their families.
My question is, as someone who was a teacher for several years, I have particular interest in your app and your work. So when I heard about CurriAI, I quickly signed up on your web platform. So I realized that there are several ways that this your tool can be improved. Just a simple comment section where users can leave a comment and through that means can even connect with each other and share experiences. As the CEO of this app, of this project, should we be expecting these kind of features in the near future?
Yes, definitely. So I will tell you one thing. Remember,
Yes.
I told you we built an assessment platform for schools.
Yes.
I would tell you 80% of what you've seen us build is as a result of what, the teachers, are telling us. So we're asking them what is the number one priority. We want to create lesson notes. So we created lesson notes. We went to another community, say, no, lesson plans come before lesson notes. We added lesson plans. We had some people, they say, to get questions is the biggest wahala. We added it. We saw that they were creating, but then we asked them further. They say the challenge is that our schools, they prefer to get it either via WhatsApp or email. We've integrated with email and WhatsApp. Oh, our school uses Google Classroom. We said you can share to Google Classroom. You get what I'm saying? Somebody said, no, our school wants us to still write with our hands. So we allowed it that you can print it in offline view. So these kind of requests, I think it's super, super easy for us to be able to do that. When we realized that schools mark notes and lesson plans, that's why we built that platform, like I said, for school. Helps the school monitor, review, and approve content. So today, your HOD can give feedback actually to you. If the HOD of your department, you as a teacher, is added to the, the Curri for Schools platform, any note you share, the HOD can leave comments and send back to you to improve it. So that's where we are today. But we've been hearing, how can we get teachers to collaborate? We're trying to release a marketplace where teachers can create good templates or sample notes that other teachers can have access to. These are all in the work, and thank you for this feedback as well.
All right. The next question I have for you here is what partnerships bodies or what have been most crucial to the growth of CurriAI? Talking about, is it partnership with schools, NGOs, governments, parastatals, and its agencies?
Thank you very much. So we have a lot of partnership and a lot of support. I'll begin by our biggest supporter when it comes to CurriAI. We have big support from the Co-Creation Hub. We are part of the first cohort of the MasterCard EdTech Fellowship Program, where we built Curri based on that program. We got support from, the Carnegie Mellon University and all the support, and even $100,000 from the foundation to build Curri. Apart from that, we also have more collaborations with some NGOs, for example, the International Rescue Committee, when we participated, in doing a pilot called Opportunities to Learn for Out-of-School Learners, 800 out-of-school children and 21 learning facilitators, in Borno and Maiduguri. We also currently have a partnership with, UBEC, courtesy of, again, Co-Creation Hub, helping us with our foundational literacy and numeracy pilots, where we built a platform called Curri FLN that is really focused on the foundation, helping teachers, improve how learners can learn how to read, how they can learn phonics and all. We also have some partnership with Smase. It's an NTI here in Kaduna, where we leverage on their expertise around, good pedagogy. Pedagogy meaning how to teach, the 21st century learner, how to teach in the classroom. So, and we also have quite a number of schools. More than 2,000 schools have, registered on the platform, but we can say at least 300 of them, actually have added their teachers and are leveraging CurriAI to actually deliver better lessons. We call the teachers to our partners because we learn from them and we build. We have more than 15,000 of them today that have tried, and have created a lesson with Curri.
Oh, wow. That's a very impressive portfolio. Over 2,000 schools, over 300 active users. That's a very impressive number. That's a very, should I say, impressive portfolio. So I'm sure the pressure will be high to keep up with the standard of your content. I'm sure the pressure will be high to maintain the standard of your content. So how do you ensure that what your app, what CurriAI has to offer, stays relevant and aligned with educational standards without compromising your standards? And how do you ensure that you continually deliver quality to all your users and all the schools that are subscribed?
So it has been, very, very easy for us to do that. Remember, I spoke about the support we got from the Carnegie Mellon University, is what is called learning science. So the way we build Curri is grounded on, learning science and good frameworks and, what is it called? Good pedagogical principles, right? So those are the first things we do to make sure that, it stays relevant. And if you go to Curri today, you realize that we have multiple curriculums on there, right? And we allow schools to also blend and create new curricula. So remember we said we are content agnostic, we don't create content. It is still the case today. We are giving schools the power to choose what to, or create for their learners. And we're really up to date every day when it comes to trends, in education. And that's why you hear us talk about, this highly grounded in pedagogy. And we're looking at how we can build good evidence, of improved learning outcomes when teachers use our solution. We are also making sure that, remember in my definition for Curri, I said the context driven. We are really, really working hard towards making sure it's contextualized. We have added features like a model lesson, where if you create a lesson, for example, especially on our FLN pilots, you are able to see how a master teacher within your locality is delivering it. So we keep adding these unique features. And for example, the one that Nelson, asked for, we will keep adding what is better, keep listening to the customer and keep refining it. Not only the customer, also listening to experts and, different global frameworks as they emerge to make sure that it works. One of our secret sauce is that we built this 100% in-house, right? So it makes sense that, when we listen, we're able to build it into what the customer really, really wants.
Another question I have for you is, what are your vision for the next 5 years for Curri? What are you doing to raise awareness so that people can be aware that this kind of tools exist, so that teachers can be relieved from this tedious lesson note and lesson plan making, so that they can focus on the real classroom tutoring? So what are you doing to scale up your app to get it to be in the hands of more people, more teachers?
Yeah, thank you so much. So, for example, one of the ways we're going towards that is our partnership with UBEC, where we're doing these pilots in 3 Nigerian states, Nasarawa, Kano, and Oyo State. Right? So when we show the evidence of improved learning outcome for public school teachers in these states is one of the ways, we're thinking of going. We're not thinking of only Nigeria. For in the next 5 years, we will be, at least in 3 to 5 African countries. Why? Because we would have mastered how to localize, those individual countries' curriculum, their context, their languages, we're able to put it on the curriculum. So these are, our plans and vision, in the next 5 years. We want to be the go-to platform for local content generation.
Okay.
We keep hearing that contents are, from the West, they don't reflect but instead of us to think of creating contextualized content, there's nobody that can contextualize more than the person that is in the classroom. I'll give you an instance. A teacher in Maiduguri will know the realities of his classroom more than the best teacher in Lekki or in Abuja, Baitama Abuja, right? So that's it. So once these teachers keep creating on the platform, we are able to contextualize more than anybody. That you have to come to Curri because it's the most intelligent, small language model that understands, the African context. So these are our plans, and like I said, in the next 5 years, I see ourselves being the number one platform for that. And that there's evidence of improved outcome because of how we have put, their local realities into the way that the AI generates content. And we should be in at least 3-5 countries.
Yeah, so there is this competition, I will call it, between human beings and artificial intelligence. It's what a lot of us have been, an argument, a discussion that we've been having since the coming of AI, that AI is coming to take away the job of human beings, or to some extent reduce the workforce. All right. So knowing as a matter of fact that CurriAI, not only assists teachers, it's also doing what teachers might be doing in certain instances. And in essence, some teachers may fear that AI will replace them. So what would you say? How would you reassure them and empower them moving forward, sir?
We used to have this saying that nothing will replace, the human touch teachers. Well, AI is going to displace almost anybody. It will definitely displace, a teacher that is not using AI, right? How? It will now help somebody that uses AI to displace that other teacher. Do you get what I'm saying? A young teacher that is not as experienced as you are may bring contents that are better when they use tools like Curri, for example. So I'll advise teachers to upskill. But how we're building Curri, for example, we're building it as an assistant that helps you, create content faster. When they are building planes, are they going to replace human legs or moving? So, but you should imagine as a tool that gets you there faster, right? Before, people used to trek now and go for Hajj, right? But now they are aeroplanes. So it could take you months if you are using motorcycle to go to London, right? But it will take you 6 hours. That's what we're saying. So the more the teachers are able to see that, then they are able to understand where we're coming from. But I'll also tell you what AI may not be able to do. AI does not know the reality of your classroom. And every year, a teacher sits in a class that has at least 20 different faces that, from different families. Do you get what I'm saying? That reality of that classroom, it is that human that is there to be able to observe, right? And because of our human experiences, I remember that the parents got separated, this person died. That history in your head as the expert in the class, as a teacher, is what will help you make the class more engaging. So those are the human touch that you need to put, that teachers are needed, to put to keep it going. And, there's big hype around AI, right? Some people will say to replace teachers, but who has tried using AI for more than, a whole year teaching kids? That personal touch will not be there. And I used to tell people and everybody when we do our workshops that humans are wired to connect with humans. That's how it is. Humans are wired to connect with humans. How many of us watch football here? How many of us? Thumbs up if you watch football. So will you go and watch Will you go and watch Man U AI versus Arsenal AI? You might. But let me tell you the interesting things. Look at how this Liverpool player died. The emotions. Do you get what I'm saying? so we are wired to communicate with humans. And I'll give you another example. It may be off point, but just give some more context. The telephone companies can decide to say, I will make you communicate with your loved one very fast. And then you only have 30 seconds. Hello, mommy, I'm now in London. You finish. No, the telephone companies are making money because they know that humans love stories and love to connect with humans. And I'll give you, mommy, hi, you need to see what happened though. There was traffic, and they're enjoying and making, do you get what I'm saying? A lot of money because of that human connection. And it's the same thing. If teachers actually understood that with AI, it is only going to help them. But anybody that doesn't will be the person that is trekking from here to Saudi for pilgrimage when he could use, 6 hours to 7 hours to go. Okay? Thank you.
So my next question for you is, what would you say makes CurriAI stand out from other edtech platforms? What would you say is your selling point that makes you stand out from other edtech platforms?
Okay, like I said, so if you do a quick search for Schooler, you see, since 2020, we've embedded an AI to help teachers create content faster. And it was a basic AI at the time. It helps them just create questions, since we built an app that was for teachers to put questions now. So when Microsoft gave us access to OpenAI in June 2022, even before the ChatGPT became noise, we made sure that we made it more intelligent. But it was after the ChatGPT use case that we were able to do a standalone app called Curri. So I would say we have the first mover advantage, and our app, is very, very easy to use. A 79-year-old teacher was able to use it. Nobody has not been able to create their account and their first lesson in less than 2 minutes. And now we've added that tools are able to monitor, review, and assess questions. Also, I have a designer feature that allows schools to, create their own curriculums, and you wonder why that is important. To create new curriculums means that we're thinking, that the world will keep changing and evolving. The jobs of the future we don't know today, which means if curriculums are blueprints to meaningful learnings that will help us get jobs, future jobs, then we have to be able to improve our curriculums very fast. It shouldn't take years. So this is, the direction that sets us apart. And we have an amazing team that can build it, in-house, which means we can be as fast as, the progress or the advancement, goes.
Another question I have for you, I explored your app with very keen interest because I consider myself a lifelong teacher. So I noticed, I went to your payment portal and noticed that while you have big banks enabled there, you can pay from the platform of big banks like UBA, First Bank, GTB. At a time when people are moving in those to wallets and other banks like OPay and MoneyPoint, I think I found their platforms missing on your portal. So will you be adding them soon?
No, our payment platform already has all this. It has all the banks in Nigeria.
Okay.
It has all the banks in Nigeria. Yeah, we have integrated with the top Nigerian payment gateways, Flutterwave and Paystack. So you can pay with any, and Flutter already has OPay integrated, has all the banks. I don't think we've ever received any what is it called? Any complaint, about payment. So we've made it very easy. How was your payment experience? Was it hard? Was it hard to pay? Was it hard to pay us?
One of those who recently migrated from the conventional banks to these newer platforms. So I was trying to make a payment actually to buy credit from my account and I couldn't pay. So that's why I had to bring up this question.
No, so I think it's very easy. If you go, it's just a line. You write 100 naira and you click pay. That's what you are able to pay. It will tell you to pay via your bank, pay with your card, or even do an OPay, pay with OPay. Teachers really love it. We see at least 10 to 15% of our users paying with OPay, So you can pay with your card, you can pay by bar transfer, you can pay with OPay, you can check out with, any of any. We have Paystack and Flutter. We have every bank. So the payment gateway we have is, you can collect any payments. I don't know why you had that challenge, but I can give you a team member to walk you through and we'll see where the challenge is.
Yeah, Mr. Bature, it has been an interesting virtual journey with you since around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. rather. And I must confess that we have been able to, learn more about CurriAI, the motivation, what motivated you when you were starting, what was motivating you, all right, and what is still motivating you, because I know it's a continuous process when you're about to start, and what has still been keeping you moving forward. We also have been able to know your partners and also the biggest challenges faced in the course of running the project. Thank you for joining us once again. Now, in a bid to keep to the time as promised, we will be going to the next and the final round of the question now. And we, as usual, we hope to enjoy tell us more about CurriAI. So from me, sir, being my final question, okay, what I want to ask is that, in a world where AI, that's artificial intelligence, is, rapidly evolving, how do you keep CurriAI's algorithm ethical, fair, and locally grounded?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's a very, very interesting question. Well, it's easy for us, right? We're dealing with, curriculums, and these things are standards and frameworks that were not the ones that create. What we do is, remember I said, an AI can be used to make repetitive processes. These repetitive processes, such as creating a lesson note, creating a lesson plan, is what we just automate. So we are just putting good guardrails already around. This is where you focus on. If somebody chooses Nigerian curriculum, this is where you focus on creating content, and some of the things that we will do in the near future to make sure that improves the quality of and we remain ethically, and balanced, is to work with a lot of publisher, to add resources, to the content that the machine, creates. We have also some partnerships with existing edtech companies like EduTerms and KundaKits, where it pools, stimulations to help make sense of learning, say PowerPoint presentation and maybe some video creation and all resources, and make it in a better presentable way by making sure it's contextualized to the realities of the learner and teacher. So yes, to keep it ethically, we're definitely going to follow any policy that is around there. For example, we have ISO 12700 certification, and then we strictly follow the Nigerian data protection policy guidelines. We are NDPR certified. So all the things to make our users, trust us when it comes to their data, when it comes to ethics, like you spoke of, we are actively putting in place.
Thank you. So my final question for you, sir. So, of course, we know that as a founder, or should I say, as a founder of an tech, everything must not have been so easy. It must not have been a smooth sail all through. So, I want to know, what are the challenges that you faced building CurriAI, and like, how have you been able to overcome them?
Our challenges are there every day, almost anything. Even to eat food, there's a challenge of lifting the food from the plate to your mouth, So, but we were a very, very patient, team. We know how edtech is here in Africa, where our schools will rather focus on cultural days and spending heavily on it than spend on technology. But like I said, with this support that we got from this foundation, City Hub, the Mastercard Foundation, the Gate Foundation, has kept us building. but we will refuse to die. We have refused to die. The challenge is adoption, user adoption, and customer insight. Customer insight is a very, very, very big challenge. Remember a question I answered around community and comments. If we have a data that shows that teachers would prefer to keep talking to each other and it's coming from a source, because it's expensive to get customer insights, right? You only get for the ones that you're able to visit. For example, our company is in Kaduna, and let's say we have all the information in Kaduna, we'll go, it doesn't work for Lagos. So you have to be careful. The challenge is that there's no, policies around how you build EdTech. We have another one, customer insights. There's no resource bank for customer insight, right? And adoption, for example, for where we hope to make the most impact, which is in rural areas where access to quality resources or quality education is missing, they have infrastructure deficit, right? Infrastructure in the sense that maybe internet connection and sometimes even the devices to be able to create this. So these are some of the challenges that, with our small resources, we're able to manage by, for example, we do workshops, to help teachers upskill and tell them that AI is not taking your job, use it, and access to even, resource. We put in all our energy and money and blood and sweat into getting. These are some of the challenges I can say. And then again, you really have to be patient, when it comes to EdTech in Africa. And that's a big, big challenge if you're not patient. So these are the things that we've been able to overcome. And that's why we're still here.
Mr. Abdullahi, thank you for your responses so far. My
Thank
final
you.
question
Thank you.
is: Do you have an app on Play Store or any app store?
Yeah, the app we have on the Play Store is not Curri. Why? We have an app for the learners. Remember that gamified mobile app I told you? It's still on the app. It's on the App Store and the Play Store. So it's not like it's not easy for us to build an app, but if you build in an app, the teachers that you're trying to support, you're going to have a big problem. I don't have space. Do you know what I'm saying? To download it, and then you miss out on enjoying that, right? So today it's on a web app, and it can work on any device. If the device has a browser, then it works. Do you get what I'm saying? But we have started seeing the increasing need for us to have an app. Why? Because of these are pilots in Nasarawa, and since we're working with public schools, they speak about wanting to have, the videos, the model lessons offline. So that would be the reason, and these are the reasons that are convincing us to actually put it out. But when we kept asking teachers that ask us about whether it's on an app store, we asked them, why do you need an app? You could actually just do a shortcut on your this and you're able to create, because lessons you've created from every year, for the last 2 years, they are there waiting for you. You just need to log in and use. And because it's an AI, it needs internet, right? To make sure that it's relevant. So it has to know, that you're creating it from Bature. So we leverage on internet, right? So it's on the web. You need connection. So, but today it's not on the Play Store. CurriAI is not on the Play Store, I Store. But we're trying to build that, especially for our FLN project. That's the Foundational Literacy and Numeracy project for rural communities, so that it supports, offline access.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bature. I would have loved you to, talk more about the FLT, right? But
FLN, Foundational Literacy and Numeracy. Yeah.
All right,
FLN.
foundational literacy and numeracy. And I hope there will be future collaboration between TechPolip and CurriAI moving forward, where we'll be able to explore, the prospects in FLN. All right, it has been a wonderful journey with you, Mr. Bature, and we are indeed pleased to have you around.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Before we call it a moment, sir, I would like to ask my colleagues if there is any parting words or anything you like to know from Mr. Bature. or even if it's going to be Mr. Bature that has anything for us before we call it a moment.
Personally, I don't have any question. I just want to say thank you so much, sir, for taking out of your time to come and answer our questions. It means a lot to us, and we really appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So I want to thank you, sir, for this your initiative, starting this work at a time when most Nigerians are flocking towards fintech because that's where the money is. You decided to invest your resources into edtech, and I pray for a breakthrough for a bigger breakthrough for your project. So I'm quite happy and enthusiastic about your work.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, in my own parting words will be, I really look forward to doing, another one, especially around, FLN, and for the work that we do for foundational literacy and numeracy with public schools is that this problem of children that are age 10 that cannot read or do basic math is what we're trying to use technology and especially AI to upskill teachers, to be able to teach them using new pedagogy. We spice it up with, say, you don't worry about content creation, we'll create it for you, and it's called structured pedagogy. We add things that makes the children see the reality, such as interactions, videos, how the teacher can actually deliver better lessons. I look forward to that time that we'll do a feature on that, and I'm sure Khadija is also going to reach out. Thank you guys for taking our time to do this as well. I had a swell time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bature.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye, sir. Bye.